WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I'm in Ireland, Bushmills as you see, Bushmills Steamship Collection. So I've tried the sherry cask, which was the first one from 2015, fairly disappointing. I moved over to the ruby from 2016, which I thought was actually very, very good. Today we're going to be talking about the number 3 Char Bourbon Cask. And the next video after that will be the rum cask, which I'm really, really looking forward to. All right, so we have here Bushmills 2017. I can't read my own writing. Number 3 Char. This is 1 liter bottle, so it's a little bit bigger. And it's whiskey base number 102311 over here in Germany, about 37 euros. I'm going to compare it to Bushmills 10-year-old. This is around 26 euros for the 0.7 liter bottle. You do notice a difference in size, I hope. The big one versus the little one. And yeah, what else can I say? The whole series is named after the ship. So this steamship, which was actually used starting in 1890. Let's read. In September 1890, the steamship SS Bushmills, real thing, set a course for America at the start of her maiden voyage. Her hold was full of whiskey, and she was embarking on a bold journey that would take her halfway around the world, facing many daunting challenges along the way. However, she was warmly received from Philadelphia, which doesn't... Okay, I guess they do have a port, but I don't remember. I was in Philadelphia. They must have went up the river to Yokohama due to the fine cargo she carried and found a demand for the whiskey that would have filled a vessel twice her size. All right, so I just Googled a little bit. Philadelphia does have a harbor. Of course, back then it used to be much bigger, and the river Delaware flows through there. And yeah, all right, very, very good. Let's go back to the whiskey and not talk about the lack of knowledge of geography in Jason's life. Western Pennsylvania boy, grew up then more on between Pittsburgh and Erie, not over in the eastern part of the state. All right, now this is a very, very nice whiskey, and I must admit that their tasting notes here are pretty spot on. Yeah, it says here, matured in the first fill, very important. Number 3, Char Kentucky Bourbon Cask. We do have a honey maltiness, yes. Notes of toasted oak, yes. Spices and creme brulee, with a long, rich, and smooth finish. Now, this is something which is very authentic, at least in taste. Ralphie wouldn't give it an authentic whiskey mark because there's no age statement on it. All right, but it is a interesting product. Now, over here, the 10-year-old Bushmills, in comparison, doesn't smell as rich and as lively and as much vanilla, and is not as much honey. It smells a little bit older, dusty, not positive, a little bit tired casks. Not really here the best nose in the world. Now, I did make a mistake here. It says matured in 2 woods, matured in bourbon and oloroso sherry casks for note of honey, vanilla, and ripe fruit. Now, I might be getting that ripe fruit instead. I should have done the, I think the red bush is only bourbon, and the black bush is actually the sherry. So I should have done the red bush, but I don't have one at the moment. I'm so sorry. All right, let's try these. Both of these are 40%. I like the nose. I really do. Great mouthfeel, first of all. Very oily. If I didn't know better, I would say this is non-chilled filtered, but I guess it is. Compared to this, I'll try that in a second. A longer finish. Very, very simple. You have your vanillas, you have your creme brulee, which is basically sugars a little bit caramelized. You have your honey, and you have your oak. That's great. A great little quartet. Very, very nice. Very well done. So also the price point I think is actually not bad. 37 euros for a 1 liter bottle. Travel retail. Now, the question I have you seen this at all in the States anywhere? Have you seen it on a cruise ship? Have you seen it in an airport? If it's travel retail, it should only be there. I have the privilege of over in Germany, travel retail goes into the into the normal retail a lot, so I can go to an online shop and buy these. Yep, the rum one I actually just bought on Amazon, the place that was the cheapest, which is kind of crazy. Mm, it's not as viscous as the number three bourbon cask, and the end we have a lot of old wood casks. And a little bit of that dry fruit from the Oloroso tries to kick in, but it's negligible. This is the thing to buy instead. If you want to have a pure, unadulterated Irish Bushmills, go for this. It's a really, really amazing the influence that casks can have on the product. I used to say up to 80% of the taste you have is wood. 100% of the color should be wood if it's not E150 caramel coloring, um, which I do think they use in Bushmills, to be honest. Let's see here if I have that on my bottle here. Oh, it's very, very big. You can actually read this here. Mit Farbstoff, the big, big line here. So, mit Farbstoff Zuckercouleur. Here, this was not actually meant for the German market, so I don't see any mit Farbstoff on here. Might actually not be, who knows? Very, very well done. I'm going to give this a solid C++. On a taste, it's very, very middle of the road. Very, very perfectly balanced where it should be, but it's not outstanding. Value for money, I'm going to give it a C+ as well. I like this. I like the price. I might just buy another bottle of this as well, just to have around as a comparison for a good Irish whiskey. Yeah, if you can find it, try it, is what I would definitely say. If you can find it, even buy a bottle of this if you want to. That's worth it, in my personal opinion. My question is, what is your favorite Irish whiskey out there on the market? There's a lot of them. Bushmills has the original, the Black Bush, the Red Bush, the 10-year-old, the 12-year-old, which is the Distillery Reserve, the 16, the 21, the 1608, and of course all of the different steamship collections. But it doesn't have to be Bushmills. We have also Keeling, and we have some Cooley, and we have Tyrconnell, and we have Redbreast, and we have other things from Middleton. We have a lot of new distilleries coming out. There's a total of 31 different distilleries at the moment in Ireland producing whiskey. Yay. So that's something I'm really, really looking forward to, is trying to meet these distillers and meet up with people who actually produce the whiskey in Ireland. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell others about this crazy guy over in Europe tasting whiskey you might not ever see. But hopefully you can get your hands on the Bushmills 10 at the least. All the best. Bye-bye.